Love the Ravens as much as we do? Then smash that subscribe button and stay locked in with Flock News for all the drama, updates, and excitement all season long. The NFL world is buzzing, and the rumor mill won't stop spinning after Lamar Jackson reportedly dropped a bombshell ultimatum that has left fans and analysts alike scrambling for explanations and possible consequences. According to whispers circulating in the league, Jackson allegedly declared in no uncertain terms that if a specific figure, someone who has reportedly been a thorn in the Ravens' side, is not removed or sidelined, he might consider stepping away from the franchise or exploring options elsewhere. The tension within Baltimore has been simmering for months, with insiders hinting at internal disagreements, coaching dynamics, and roster frustrations that could have finally reached a boiling point. Social media erupted almost immediately as fans dissect every word, every possible interpretation of Jackson's alleged ultimatum, speculating whether it's a personal issue, a strategic disagreement, or simply a power move to force the team's hand. Analysts on various sports shows have started piecing together past conflicts, trades that never materialized, and draft decisions that may have rubbed Jackson the wrong way. Even casual fans who usually scroll past team drama suddenly found themselves glued to updates, polls, and hot takes, as the possibility of Jackson walking off or demanding significant changes creates a narrative ripe for speculation, debate, and a little chaos. The layers of this story are as intricate as a chess match, with each rumor feeding into the next and creating a complex web of what-ifs that seem to multiply every hour. One camp of insiders suggests that Jackson's ultimatum may not be entirely about a single individual, but rather a symptom of a broader dissatisfaction with management decisions, roster construction, and the perceived lack of urgency in making Baltimore a consistent Super Bowl contender. Others hint that it could be a personal clash, someone whose philosophy, influence, or authority directly conflicts with Jackson's approach to leadership and the locker room atmosphere. What makes this even more combustible is Jackson's reputation as a fiercely competitive, no-nonsense leader who doesn't shy away from confrontation when he believes something jeopardizes the team's success. The Ravens organization, known for its usually disciplined, low-drama culture, now faces the kind of internal scrutiny it rarely encounters, as reporters and insiders press for comments, cryptic responses, and subtle signals from both the front office and coaching staff. Rumors are already flying about emergency meetings, private discussions with Jackson, and potential ultimatums from management that could escalate tensions further. If history is any guide, Baltimore has often navigated high-stakes moments with a mix of discretion and decisive action. But Jackson's stance seems to challenge the usual protocols, raising questions about loyalty, authority, and the limits of patience. Fans aren't staying quiet either. Across Twitter, Instagram, and sports forums, debates rage over whether Jackson is bluffing or genuinely prepared to leave if his conditions aren't met. Some argue that this is classic leverage from a star quarterback trying to reshape the team around his vision, while others see it as a dangerous gamble that could fracture relationships within the locker room. Merchandise sales, ticket pre-orders, and fantasy league chatter have all experienced a surge, showing just how invested the public is in every twist and turn of this saga. Analysts have begun comparing Jackson's reported ultimatum to past high-profile standoffs in the NFL, dissecting strategies used by management and players alike when power struggles threaten to spill into the public eye. Veteran sports journalists note that while ultimatums are rare, they're not unprecedented, and the ripple effects on morale, media coverage, and team cohesion can last for months. Meanwhile, casual fans and newcomers to football find themselves drawn into a storyline that feels like a season-long drama series, complete with cliffhangers, mysterious insiders, and endless speculation about the next move. Meanwhile, the ripple effect of Jackson's rumored stance has sent scouts, agents, and rival teams into a frenzy. The prospect of one of the league's most dynamic quarterbacks potentially walking away or demanding sweeping changes has reignited speculation about trades, free agency strategies, and even broader implications for the AFC. Teams across the conference are reportedly assessing what they could offer, how such a move might shift competitive balances, and whether Jackson's style and leadership could be the missing piece for franchises looking for a transformative figure. The uncertainty surrounding the Ravens' internal situation has turned routine practices, press conferences, and draft strategies into topics of intense scrutiny. Every handshake, every comment, and every decision is being read for hidden meanings and potential leaks. Pundits have started producing multi-part analysis videos, diving deep into contract clauses, player influence, and coaching philosophies, trying to predict whether Jackson is serious or if this is a calculated move to signal displeasure, without taking actual action. Either way, the atmosphere in Baltimore, at least according to insider reports, is charged, tense, and under a microscope. As the story unfolds, the role of the media itself has become a critical factor. Rumors, half-confirmed reports, and cryptic social media posts have created an echo chamber that feeds on speculation, with each new tidbit magnifying the narrative and heightening pressure on both the quarterback and the organization. Interviews with anonymous sources suggest that discussions behind closed doors have been intense, sometimes heated and occasionally conciliatory, as both sides attempt to gauge the limits of compromise. Meanwhile, fan reactions continue to escalate, blending outrage, support, humor, and conspiracy theories into a complex digital stew that fuels endless content for sports channels, podcasts, and online forums. Even the most casual observers are getting pulled in, debating the potential outcomes, drafting mock trades, and creating hypothetical scenarios that range from perfectly reasonable to wildly fantastical. The story has all the elements of a sports thriller: high stakes, emotional drama, uncertain loyalties, and a charismatic central figure whose next move could alter the trajectory of a franchise, a conference, or even the league itself. Speculation also surrounds the identity of the person Jackson allegedly referenced in his ultimatum, with insiders offering a range of possibilities that fuel more rumor than confirmation. Could it be a high-ranking executive, a coach with a controversial approach, or perhaps even a player whose influence is seen as destabilizing? Each theory has its advocates and detractors, sparking endless debate across sports media platforms. Some point to recent draft choices or contract negotiations as the flashpoints that triggered Jackson's warning, while others suggest it might be a deeper, more personal conflict that only insiders truly understand. Analysts emphasize that understanding the psychology of star players, especially quarterbacks, is key to decoding the situation, noting that Jackson has always been known for his strong opinions, leadership instincts, and commitment to team success. Whether this ultimatum is a strategic maneuver, an emotional reaction, or a signal of genuine frustration, it has already reshaped the narrative around the Ravens and forced everyone from coaches to fans to rethink the balance of power within the organization. One thing is certain: the NFL landscape is watching closely, and the consequences of Jackson's move, real or rumored, could echo far beyond Baltimore. As the hours pass, every minor development is magnified. Every cryptic tweet is dissected, and every report, no matter how tentative, becomes fodder for discussion, creating a whirlwind of analysis, hot takes, and speculative reporting. Some sources hint that meetings are ongoing, with Jackson, team leaders, and advisors exploring potential solutions, while other reports suggest that tempers are fraying and patience is wearing thin. The uncertainty alone has become a spectacle, a narrative that blends sports, personality, strategy, and media frenzy into a compelling story that fans are devouring in real time. While no official statement has confirmed the full scope of Jackson's ultimatum, the very idea that a quarterback of his caliber might dictate terms or consider leaving has sent shockwaves throughout the league. The drama is far from over, and insiders hint that the next few days could be pivotal, with potential repercussions for contracts, trades, and the broader perception of leadership within the Ravens organization. As the rumor continues to swirl, the NFL universe waits with bated breath, knowing that whatever happens next could redefine the relationship between a star quarterback and his franchise forever. The tension in Baltimore seems almost palpable, as insiders suggest that every day without resolution only heightens the uncertainty surrounding Lamar Jackson's ultimatum. Sources whisper that the quarterback's frustration isn't merely a headline-grabbing stunt. It may be rooted in months of accumulated grievances, from personnel decisions that didn't align with his vision to locker room dynamics that he perceives as undermining the team's potential. Coaches and executives are reportedly walking a fine line, trying to balance the superstar's demands with organizational norms and contractual realities. Meanwhile, fans speculate endlessly about the potential fallout, from blockbuster trades to dramatic locker room shifts, creating a narrative that feels more like a serialized drama than real-life football. Social media channels explode with commentary, memes, and speculation, feeding off each other in a loop that turns even minor observations into viral content. Analysts are feverishly combing through Jackson's past statements, interviews, and gameplay patterns to uncover clues about his mindset, while casual observers, who might never have thought about internal team politics, find themselves drawn into a complex web of alliances, grudges, and strategic maneuvering that feels almost cinematic in its intensity. In short, Baltimore has become a pressure cooker, and Jackson's ultimatum is the spark that threatens to set off a chain reaction with consequences far beyond the stadium. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Your support keeps us bringing you the latest news on the Baltimore Ravens. And hey, drop your take in the comments below. We want to hear from the flock. Rumors now swirl not just about personnel changes, but about the very culture of the Ravens organization and the broader impact on the AFC. Some insiders hint that rival teams are already recalculating their strategies, imagining what it would mean to bring in a player of Jackson's talent if he were to leave, while others are watching closely to see if management will cave to the pressure or stand firm. The quarterback's reported ultimatum has sparked heated debates about leadership, loyalty, and the balance of power in professional sports, with each new snippet of information fueling speculation about potential trades, contract renegotiations, and even philosophical clashes behind the scenes. Social media amplifies every leak, exaggeration, and insider tip, creating a feedback loop that blurs the line between fact and rumor. Sports pundits dissect every subtlety, from body language in interviews to timing of press statements, attempting to predict Jackson's next move and the team's possible responses. Even casual fans find themselves emotionally invested, debating in comment threads about whether Jackson is being strategic, emotional, or simply testing the limits of management's patience. The conversation has become all-encompassing, capturing attention far beyond typical Ravens supporters, and turning Jackson's ultimatum into a story that feels larger than football itself. Adding fuel to the fire, speculation has intensified about the mysterious individual Jackson allegedly referenced, with theories ranging from a high-level executive to a specific coach or even a key player whose influence he allegedly finds problematic. Every theory sparks a new wave of analysis, insider commentary, and fan conjecture, creating layers of rumor upon rumor that are difficult to untangle. Some suggest that this ultimatum represents a broader struggle for control within the team, a clash of philosophies that could reshape not just the Ravens' strategy, but also the morale and cohesion of the entire squad. Analysts point out that while ultimatums are rare in professional sports, when they involve a player of Jackson's caliber, the stakes are exponentially higher. The media frenzy surrounding this story has turned minor hints into breaking news, feeding a cycle where speculation generates speculation, and even the smallest insight can shift narratives overnight. The combination of Jackson's skill, star power, and reported willingness to stand his ground makes this one of the most closely watched situations in recent NFL history. Fans, analysts, and insiders alike are holding their breath, wondering whether a resolution is near or if the tension will escalate into something far more dramatic. Meanwhile, the ripple effect reaches beyond Baltimore, affecting trade talks, free agency strategies, and league-wide speculation about team-building priorities. Rival franchises are reportedly taking notes, imagining how they could leverage a situation like this to strengthen their rosters or exploit a power vacuum in Baltimore. At the same time, NFL commentators emphasize the delicate balance between player influence and organizational authority, noting that Jackson's alleged ultimatum forces both sides to reassess priorities and negotiate in real time under intense scrutiny. Reports of emergency meetings, private discussions, and potential compromises circulate widely, yet nothing has been confirmed, keeping the rumor mill in overdrive. The story has captured the imagination of fans and journalists alike, turning every interview, every cryptic social media post, and every press conference into potential evidence of progress or impending conflict. It's a drama fueled not just by competition, but by personality, pride, and the high-stakes environment of professional football, where the consequences of one ultimatum could reverberate across multiple seasons and reshape perceptions of leadership, loyalty, and ambition. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay in the loop with exclusive news on our Baltimore Ravens, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. We'd love to hear what the flock thinks. Drop your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next one.